Hey guys, I am just popping on real quick to show you how I do a glitter on glitter peekaboo cup. I've already got it started, my cup started. When you do a peekaboo cup, you want to always make sure that your epoxy is smooth, but when you do a glitter peekaboo, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be applying glitter over this. So what I did is I prepped my cup, cleaned it, glittered, epoxied. I did not epoxy until smooth. If you can see, there's little bumps here and there, and it's okay because, like I said, glitter is going to go over this. I added my decals, I spray painted. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to add some epoxy to it. And it doesn't take much. It's just like if you were doing the epoxy method to apply glitter, it's the same concept. Doesn't take much at all. I'm just gonna keep on pushing this around. And you're just gonna go right over your decals, go over everything. If you can tell, I'm just pushing this epoxy over. If you keep going over and over, it just kind of moves its way, works its way down. You want to make sure you have all around the decals really well, and you don't want too much around them to where it pools, because if not, you're not going to get those really fine, crisp lines. So that's really important to make sure. Like, you don't want any pooling in the inside of the decals themselves. You just want enough for that glitter to stick. That. Now, when you spray paint after you put your decals on, just make sure you spray paint a thin coat. Sometimes I use 631 if I have it. Sometimes I use 651. Whatever. And there's a few pieces that lifted. If this was smoother on the bottom, it would have totally laid better. But I just wanted to throw this on here real quick and show you. And so now I'm just going around and I'm just making sure there's not a ton of extra epoxy. And you can clean up any edges with a little bit of alcohol or whatnot when you pull the decals, which is what we'll do in just a second. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and glitter this. I'm just using a white glitter, so. The trickiest part with doing glitter over glitter peekaboo is finding your decals when you're done. A lot of people, I like to just, I guess, I don't know, stress myself out. A lot of people will add dabs of hot glue to their decals. Sorry, couldn't spit that out. A lot of people will add decals or hot glue dots to their decals. That way you can find your decals under the glitter when you're done. Now, I always just do a fine glitter because when you start getting lines, they won't be as crisp if you use a chunkier glitter. So a fine glitter works for me. Let me grab my tool here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this tape off. And let's remove these decals. So, like I said, this is the fun part. Removing all the decals carefully. And you want to do this while the epoxy is still wet, because if you don't, you're not going to get your decals up at all. So, how cool is that? So, what I do is I kind of hold my cup at different angles to see. And I know I have one right here. I should have totally put gloves on for this, but that's okay. And if you mess up, you know, you scratch or something, it's okay. You can go back and fix it later. It's not the end of the world. Now I've got to find them. Look how much trouble I'm having. Okay, so I can sort of see how it's raised here, but I cannot, oh, this lighting is not very good. Okay, so I can see one here. This looks like the bottom of the leaf. So, anyway, that is how I do a glitter on glitter peekaboo. So after this is dry and I pull all my decals, I will seal it really, really well. And then once it's sealed is when I will go ahead and do my next coat of epoxy. So anyway, I just wanted to go on here and show you real quick how I do a glitter on glitter peekaboo. And like I said, you can't even tell there were bumps in the glitter or in the previous epoxy layer. So I'm going to go ahead and finish pulling these decals. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Thanks. Bye.